universe. I am so honored to have with me today. It's a real privilege to have Mr. Tom Kaypacha Lescher, new paradigm astrologist and divine being and special person and master teacher that we have in the world today. Tom, thank you so much for organizing this trip to Egypt. It's been phenomenal, magical, healing, all of that. So great time.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I felt the call. There was no question I wasn't coming. I want to start by first, how and why did you get into astrology? What was the call? What happened here?
I moved to California and I lived next door to an astrologer, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know my sun sign because I was born, I'm 0 degrees of Leo. I was born on July 23rd. I didn't even know if I was a Cancer or a Leo. So I was 17 and, left home and went out to California, lived next door to this guy, and I just went over, and he didn't know me and I didn't really know him, but we sat down and he looked at my chart and blew my mind.
So it's like something like 30 years you've been doing this, or longer?
That's 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
It really shows because I have a lot of friends that follow the Pele report, and we literally wait every Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. We're like, is it up? Is it up? It's really touching a lot of people. How does that feel for you, like to reach so many people and the feedback you get?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Life has absolutely blown my mind. I mean, it was a fluke. The whole Pele report was just, I moved to Hawaii and wanted to stay in touch with my kids, so I got a little video camera, and the little booklet said, you can make videos. So I said, I'll do a little astrology thing out in the backyard, and people liked it, and it's just kind of grown now.
The special thing about what you offer online is the idea, it's not only astrology, but it's this idea of this new paradigm, like the perspective you take from it. Can you talk about that and what that means to you and why you take that perspective?
Well, like I say, I did astrology for a long time, and it was very a lot of books, a lot of teachers, a lot of different schools, and but when I did Kundalini yoga, which I started really in 2009. I really had a big shift in the way that what I saw when I looked at a chart, and the way that I conversed with spirit. It just really altered my perception and my interpretation. I really feel that I tapped into more of a collective unconscious, more of a planetary consciousness through the Kundalini yoga. I often say I use astrology to get people to do Kundalini yoga. Yeah. So my perspective is really, I don't want to say tainted, but it's been strongly influenced by my own spiritual practice of opening to, spirit.
I would say you've been doing some traveling, you've been hopping, you've been in Hawaii, Costa Rica. What's that storyline for you? What's going on with that?
Well, I started to do this, and now I have many Facebook friends and lots of YouTube subscribers, and I get invited. A lot of people would, love to have workshops, so I get invitations from around the world to go places. So
yeah, so now you're doing this
I
world
love
hopping.
it, man. I love meeting new people and different cultures. I love to travel, and so. It's been really exciting. A great part of my life now is just like going around from place to place.
And when you do these journeys, do you actually check the chart and what it's going to be like? Like, why Egypt? Why now?
Yes, I make the workshops. I look at the transits that are going on, and we have this Chiron, Neptune, and Pisces, and it's about healing. So this is the healing power of love. And I was invited, I met this woman that organized these, trips in Egypt, and now Egypt needs it. Today there's a demonstration.
Yeah, it's starting.
And I was in Cairo with lines of tanks down the road. I mean, this is definitely a time and a place, where, and I'm talking about this new paradigm all the time, you know, on all my Bailey reports. And I mean, it is, we have this Pluto-Uranus square going on now, which is about revolution. It is about bringing in a new paradigm, which is a new way of working with economy, with money, with men and women, and the way that they are balanced or not. And I mean, it's like everything now is really in this time of transition that started in the 60s, the mid 60s, is now like culminating into a manifestation of change. We need love. We need healing. We need to go about change in a very heart-centered, conscious way, so that there is the least amount of pain and suffering in the process. I feel like my workshops are like acupuncture needles on planet Earth, and I would really like to attract people who are not only working on themselves, but know that as you work on yourself, you are healing the collective. As we are all part of this collective, when we all do our inner work and our own inner healing, we are helping to heal the whole consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about love, healing, for me, I have the vibration of feminine, and you're about the feminine as well. What can you say about the feminine in the new paradigm and what's happening here and right now in the world around the feminine energies?
Well, the feminine is about inclusion, the good of the group. Yes, it is about, you know, the emotional, spiritual feeling connection of unity. The masculine is unique individualization, coming into my own personal spark. Yes, and separation is necessary in order for each one of us to get in touch with that personal, individual, creative or co-creative energy. So this masculine we've been over the last 6,500 years of patriarchy, separating, individualizing, going our own ways. But that can also lead towards competition. That can also lead towards exclusion. That can also lead towards suppression. And so what we're now shifting with this new paradigm is the reemergence and the reintegration of the feminine, which is inclusion and emotion and that heart space energy, along with the individual creative genius that each one of us is. I mean, now is a time to just like come more into this unity consciousness, yeah, that says, you know what, what's good for you is good for me. And that when I'm contributing, giving, sharing, healing, loving, I'm also helping myself. It's not either or. It's not I'm looking after myself or I'm looking after you. We're coming into this age of Aquarius, or this enlightened state of being where, you know what? When I'm looking after you, I am looking after me. And when I'm looking after this river Nile, and I'm looking after, you know, my friends in Egypt, I am looking after me, because we share the same planet. Wow. What the fuck? We share the same water, the same air, the same sun, the same, you know, food. It's like we got to really get together here.
So what do you think it's going to take?
A revolution. No, man. I mean, I'm totally into Gandhi. Yeah, I'm totally into like peaceful but unified, approach towards this transformation. I feel like it's that old Indian proverb that, you know, when you have multiple desires within your own consciousness, yes, the desire that you feed the most is the desire that's going to win, or determine your actions, or determine the outcome. So with every dollar that we spend, with every word that we speak, you know, with every action that we take, we are supporting a reality. And so I definitely support the sovereign movement. And that sovereign movement is one where people are stepping out of the system. They're giving up their social security numbers. They're not giving their taxes to a government that creates bombs and armies and wars and dissension. And they are stepping out of, I am a sovereign, autonomous human being. I am my own country. There are ways and there are laws and there are methods where each and every person can gain personal sovereignty.
So I have a lot of people in my circle that were all about that. But actually putting it into play is very difficult and scary. Fear, lots of fear. So what would be the most practical first steps you could do to get there so that there's a momentum?
Well, first I moved out of the United States to a country that has no army. So what taxes I am paying to Costa Rica, they're not going to a military regime, So, I mean, one thing is to do that, but not everybody can move to Costa Rica. So what the other thing that I'm exploring now is alternative currencies. I know that the New Earth Nation has just come up with promissory notes of designing a new world currency. I think that there are movements, there are, people that are on the leading edge of this. There are alternatives to PayPal, right? Where, you can be, sending your money over the internet without, supporting PayPal and the banks and the banking system. And I think that we just want to keep our eyes open and put the thought out there. When we really put together, just like in our meditations and in our intentions and in our, in our daily lives, our thought is creative. And when we put out the desire and the intention and the thought that there's got to be another way, these ways, and then we listen to life. And life reverberates, and life reflects, and life leads us, and life teaches us, and life offers us the right people, or the right website, or the right, it's like magic happens.
Yeah, so I'm hearing intuition.
Yeah, it's like it's not all in here and it's not all out there. It's like, there's this dance.
Any last words for like what you would like to leave people with? Something about love. Talk to the people about love.
Love. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Ow. I mean, love to me, love is the experience of in lakesh alakin, I am another you. It's just the recognition. Love is recognizing that we are all one. All that is all that is. There's nothing outside of all that is. We are part and parcel of all that is, and love is just recognizing that I am you and you are me, and we are co-creators of this beautiful, amazing planet. And so that it's love exudes like the rays exude from the sun. It's just like, it's so natural to just be in a state of gratitude. And gratitude is this appreciation which leads to love and feeds love, and it just and this unity on a feeling level, right? Love is a feeling, it's a heart connection. And when we feel love, we feel safe and we feel secure. We feel held. We feel nurtured. And this gives us the ability, right, to make choices and decisions and take actions that we would not take if we were afraid and not nurtured and separate and isolated and out of love. There's my closing words. I don't know, man. I just go on and on and on. There's no close.
I love it. So brothers and sisters, on that note, remember, let love free, because it's the only way we'll ever change anything. Share the video, comment on the video, and spread love, baby. Spread love. Peace, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.